The U.S. Supreme Court handed down a decision on May 22 that says nothing whatsoever about bankruptcy. Nonetheless, the opinion is very important for bankruptcy. That May 22 decision deals with arbitration. And why is arbitration so important in bankruptcy? Well, the answer is really pretty simple. The Supreme Court in recent years has been adamant about enforcing arbitration agreements. The High Court has, among other things, said that a federal statute has to clearly indicate that the issue involved in the federal statute is not to be arbitrated. Well, as you know, the Bankruptcy Code says nothing whatsoever indicating that bankruptcy issues are not to be arbitrated. Well, imagine this. What if arbitration agreements were always recognized and enforced in bankruptcy? Well, for instance, every time there is an objection to a proof of claim, if that contract has an arbitration agreement in it, guess what? Bankruptcy court's got to send it to arbitration. Or what if a creditor contends that it is not being cured for assumption of an executory contract? Does that have to go to arbitration? Or what if a creditor argues that it is in fact impaired by a Chapter 11 plan? If that has to go to arbitration, well then it may be darn near impossible to confirm the plan. Basically, if arbitration is fully enforced in bankruptcy, I hate to say it, but I really think that the bankruptcy process can be brought to a dead halt, and it may be very difficult to confirm some large Chapter 11 plans. This May 22 decision from the Supreme Court was 8-1, and it was written by Justice Elena Kagan. It had to do with a contract with an arbitration clause, and the courts were split. Some said that to waive an arbitration agreement, there had to be some prejudice to the other party. Justice Kagan said no. Generally, in federal matters, waiver does not ask about prejudice to the other party. And here's what's important in the decision. Justice Kagan said that an arbitration agreement is to be interpreted just like any other contract. Well, if that is also true in the bankruptcy context, well then how do we interpret contracts in the bankruptcy context? Well, as you know, contracts are not generally enforceable in bankruptcy. You can't sue. You can't sue to be paid the full amount of your claim. There are multiple ways in which bankruptcy impairs, if not practically eradicates, contract rights. So it seems to me there is a good argument to be made that this most recent decision from the Supreme Court can tell us that in bankruptcy context, arbitration agreements are not generally enforceable. I am Bill Rochelle, the Editor-at-Large for American Bankruptcy Institute. I will return same time next week with something interesting from the world of bankruptcy. Until then, be well, stay safe. Good day.